Hi, my name is Assem Marei, and this is my article presentation. Here's a citation of my article. It's called Metaphor Analysis of Social Reality in Organization. It was written back in 1981. The purpose of this study is to examine the analysis of metaphors displayed in organizations and implication it has on the communication of social practices. Almost, if not, every organization uses metaphors to describe their conditions. This study aims to try and explain what effect these metaphors have on the social realities of organizations. The article used some terms to describe the procedures and results, but the main key term that I took away were the kinds of metaphors we talked about. First, orientation metaphors are metaphors in which concepts are spatially related to each other. Next, ontological metaphors are metaphors in which an abstraction such as an activity, emotion, or idea is represented as something concrete such as an object, substance, container, or person. Last, structural metaphors are conventional metaphor in which one concept is understood and expressed in terms of another structured, sharply defined concept. Next is the rationale of the study. The researchers are trying to determine how social realities are impacted by the use of metaphors displayed in organizational talk. In organizations dating back many years, the use of metaphors have been very prevalent. However, they are often overlooked and expected by employees without exploring their deeper meaning. This study aims to identify what kinds of metaphors are commonly used in organizations and the effect they have on their culture. The methodology they used in the article was recorded interviews, group discussions, manager training sessions, and written documents. The researchers took the information from these communication methods and found the metaphors the organizations used. From there, they analyzed each metaphor and tried to figure out what it meant and what its implications were towards the organization. Some examples of the metaphor were found. The whole company needs an overhaul, and everything is going to look clockwork, and something is in the wrong gear. There is a powerful connection between metaphors and organizational reality, but the richness of the link is lost when metaphors are treated as elements of the organization. I see this in that metaphors can help explain organizational culture, but they do not necessarily define the organization. Next are the implications. The text says, because the description is presented in the member's own language, it retains the implication of the word, independent of the subjective interference of the researcher. The way I take it is that organization needs to understand how their use of metaphors can potentially positively or negatively affect the culture of the organization. A couple of limitations of this article are that each organization acts much differently and may not have the same organizational language or metaphors. And research was from 1981, over 30 years ago. Here are a few discussion questions that I came up with. Do you feel like you use organizational metaphors at your workplace or organization? I know that we use them in basketball all the time, but I never realized it until I read this article. Have you ever thought about how those metaphors affect the culture of your organization? In what ways do you think using metaphors can positively or negatively affect organizations? That's all I have. Thank you for listening.